I have already been working with the communications department. Over here is Professor Bill Ford, who is actually was a teacher at SMU when I studied advertising there. And he has given me the blessing of assisting me with the communication of this monstrous, very complex topic. And I only have like 8 of these, so some of them might have to share. Okay, so, and I don't really know where to stand, so I'm just going to run in circles. The topic of the for benefit is important, but it's only about 5 years old, really. And I developed Ad Bongo to be a kind of non-traditional ad agency to help small businesses that were contributing to the planet or people. I noticed at SMU that we were running through this curriculum of high-tier communication design, and we were using fictitious companies. And I thought to myself, we're in a recession, why aren't we using real small businesses that need help? I mean, that would just be practical. And they didn't really respond well to that question. So I just went ahead and did it, started trying to do it myself. Before I went to college, I was a sergeant in the Marine Corps, and that gave me a little more brass, I guess, than I would have if I hadn't done that before. So I just, without really knowing what I was creating, I let it evolve into what it is now, and really did most of it in Austin. First 3 or 4 years were in Austin, and I started jumping into warehouses and trying to connect businesses together in kind of an ecosystem where we mimic nature. And that evolved into a conversation about zero waste. Well, Austin in 2008 adopted zero waste as a goal. Now, are you guys familiar with zero waste? It's basically the way that we can build our country back, and it's also way greener than green. It's actually mimicking nature. And so the city invited businesses to come participate in the planning process. Only like 3 showed up. And it's a really complex topic, but basically zero waste is based on reuse. And reuse creates 7.5 to 25 times more jobs than recycling, okay? So in this graphic, I'm going to take you through, and actually Swoop is a student ad agency in the Mayborn School of Journalism, and they actually helped prepare this infographic because it's a really complex conversation. Who's heard of Blue Ocean Strategy? Anybody? Okay, so Blue Ocean Strategy is a book. You can go to blueoceanstrategy.com, and it's basically finding a market that's so vast that the competition is really irrelevant, and it allows for there not to be competition. So in order to understand the blue ocean, you have to understand the red ocean. All right, the red ocean is where we're at now. It's filled with blood and trash, and the businesses are competing. And it's kind of a tooth and claw situation. It's suppressive in nature, and everyone competes. So only 1% of the population really thrives in this red ocean because it's hierarchical, it's a pyramid, right? And the existing sectors of the economy that play in that world are the for-profit, the non-profit, and the government sectors. So here you have 10,000 tons of toasters in the middle, and you have 5 competing businesses that make comparable toasters, and when they're done, it goes to a landfill on the left, and that creates 1 job per 10,000 tons. If those toasters were to go into a recovery facility, material recovery facility, and a business ecosystem were to take that toaster and reuse it, it would create 75 to 250 tons or jobs. So this is a conversation of reuse, of zero waste. The only ones that really can do this the way it needs to be done are going to be the emerging for sector of the economy, the for benefit. That's not driven by competition, it's driven by benefiting the community. And the blue ocean, everyone's a winner. And resources are abundant. The blue ocean is truly the only way to really, truly be sustainable. So a lot of entities, governments, whatever, trying to have the conversation of zero waste and for benefit, but they're doing it in a tooth and claw manner. And it will never work that way. So we're talking about an interdisciplinary formula for a curriculum, and I just want to bring your attention to the fact that the communication design school is an integral component of this conversation, because Blue Ocean has to be designed, and the communication has to be designed so that these B Corps can be profitable. It's not enough to just have some kind of an auditing certification process. We have to bring in the economics to the conversation. So the economics are going to come through the business development facet that can provide, I'm thinking of it, UNT could essentially be a factory for blue ocean companies. Imagine all the resources that are already here that could be applied to small businesses that are willing to pay for it. They just don't have $1 million to go to the Richards Group or GSD&M. They can make a donation or whatever else. So that's what we're discussing over at Swoop. And I just wanted to say, if you need help designing or have any questions, certainly at your service. And this is a real exciting and important opportunity to do what's right for everyone, the community, the students, the businesses, and you know, I hope this made sense. Are there any questions?
I want to thank you, because it really is. We're hoping that there's going to be a wave generated here soon. So the fact that I think one of the at least what I've discovered, at least in the College of Business, is that one of the biggest setbacks that we have towards curriculum is a really corporate interest behind this. Mm-hmm. So the fact that people like you and Marty come here and talk to us mm-hmm. and say we want to do this mm-hmm. from the corporate sector, from the private sector, mm-hmm. it's exactly the kind of validation that we need to be able to provide our, let's say, academic superiors a reason to believe that it makes sense to invest in these kind of programs mm-hmm. and train students in this kind of program. Because a lot of times people think, well, why are we going to be training these kids to be sustainability experts if at the end of the day companies are really not focusing on this? And of course, those of us who are in the business know that it's not true, but there's a lot of skeptics still out there. So the fact that these kind of efforts are coming from the outside is very, very important. So hopefully, we need to move on with our agenda today. But I truly thank you for coming here today, and I hope we can really start some sort of conversation more formally. Everyone, all of us who are involved in the creation of a program or programs, because I think all of us have in our heads, hopefully, be able to have a master's in sustainability or an MBA in sustainability or something like that very soon in this university. So we will definitely be reaching out to you guys.
Thank you.